July 8th, 2019. Most of the framing is finished. Ceiling lights are in. Atmos ceiling boxes are in. I got 9 speakers in this, or 9 lights in this room, so there's plenty of light. The front screen is going to pretty much fill that area. Over here is the closet under the stairs. This was a bit of a challenge. That also is going to have a light in the ceiling. Packed some R19 under the stairs to help cut back on some of the thud. Closed off the bottom. Everything in here is pretty much ready for drywall. And then over here we have the gaming area. This is wired. Haven't hooked it up to the fuse box yet, but all the electrical outlets are ready to go. 9-channel surround system cabling is in. There is going to be a 20 amp connection for the audio video receiver, even though I probably don't need it for this size room. I just wanted to have it. There's going to be a build out where the TV is going to be flush on a wall. There'll be shelves above and below, but the front of it will be flush with the the wings coming out on the left and right there. Ceiling speakers. Got a lot of mineral wool packed up in the beams. I don't know how well that's going to really work, but I can try it anyways. Up here I've got a little tiny access hatch for the water, in case I need to turn it on or off. I'm sure the day comes when I sell the house, somebody's going to want to know if there's access to that, so there it is. I'll have a little 4-inch hatch, which is way too small. I'm sure someone will complain about that. There's rear channel speakers. I was considering installing a dedicated line, Romex, just for the guitar amp to prevent any 60 hertz hum that I usually get everywhere else I've lived. I don't know if it has to do with electrical cables running alongside other things and picking up interference or not, but I'm still considering that. And then up here we have the support beam for the house, so I kind of just built around that. Wanted to keep a decent ceiling height in here, plus I didn't want to waste any space between the theater room wall and this room, so I got a full width. This up here was a challenge, a lot of framework. There's a good use of the Craig jig. Helped me get all of the studs in place, nailed in, construction adhesive holding it in. Each Craig intersection I read supports up to 700 pounds of weight. There's just going to be a sheet of drywall hanging from these. I doubt I'm going to need all that support, but they should hold. They should hold just fine. Behind the theater wall, it's approximately 40 inches of space back here. This is where the tower speakers, the subwoofer, center channel, all that is going to go. I still have to run the wire, speaker connections and all that for this area. That'll be my next step of this process. Up above we're going to have a light. I still need to drop down a little bit more framing to level out these beams because nothing is even here. There'll be another light back there. I'll again have a lot of insulation packed up in there when I'm all done. This one window I don't know what to do about. I think I'm going to leave that for last. I really don't know how I'm going to frame that. I don't know anything about that, so I'm going to have to do a lot of research on it. But as far as most of the woodwork is done, the only woodwork left to do is that frame out for the TV wall. I still need to run power into that as well, so I'm not fully finished with the wiring in that area yet. And then this back here, this is the server room. I've got the cutout up above where the projector is going to go. Inside, more lights. These are placed around the sides where the projector is going to go, so that when I build out the cabinet area where all the equipment goes, it's not going to block any of the light coming down. So it's essentially kind of like right in the middle. And then back in this area, this is actually where the server, the computer, the RAID drives, all that is going to go on a table in here. That is going to be run to the music room, to the TV, through a approximately 40 to 50 foot fiber optic HDMI cable. I'm going to be running 2 of those just in case one of them goes bad. But that's it. The skeleton of the theater room is done.